What if you prayed for your enemy for 7 straight days? What would really happen to the anger you're carrying, the resentment that's eating you alive from the inside, and the emotional prison you've locked yourself in? This question touches something deep in the human soul, something most people don't have the courage to face. Jesus Christ was crystal clear when he told us to pray for those who persecute us, but honestly, this sits among the hardest commandments to follow. We're not talking about pretending nothing happened or passively accepting whatever comes your way. We're talking about an ancient spiritual practice that has the power to break invisible chains, binding you to people who've hurt you. 7 days. Just 7 days. But are you ready to discover what happens when you choose to bless those who've cursed you? This isn't some new age concept or modern therapy technique. Throughout history, men and women who changed the world practiced exactly this. Stephen, as he was being stoned to death, prayed for his killers, asking God not to hold this sin against them. Mahatma Gandhi prayed daily for those who persecuted him during India's fight for independence. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison and still chose to forgive and pray for those who kept him captive. Modern neuroscience confirms something these giants of faith already knew. When we pray for someone, even someone who's hurt us, something literally changes in our brain. Studies show that intercessory prayer activates brain regions associated with compassion and reduces activity in the amygdala, which handles fear and anger. When you pray for someone who's wounded you, you're not just following a religious command. You're literally rewiring your nervous system to respond differently to that person. But here's the crucial point. This practice isn't about the person you're praying for. It's about you. It's about your freedom. It's about breaking those invisible chains that keep you trapped in the past. The challenge works like this. For 7 consecutive days, every day at the same time you choose, you're going to pray specifically for the person who hurt you or someone you consider your enemy. It could be first thing in the morning when you wake up or right before bed at night. What matters is keeping the same time every day. The prayer should last at least 5 minutes, but it can be longer. You're going to pray for this person's well-being, for their peace, for their prosperity. You don't need to feel it genuinely at first. Just do it, even if your heart feels tight. Use your own words or pray the Lord's Prayer while thinking specifically about this person. And here's where things get interesting. The benefits you'll experience run much deeper than simply feeling better. First, you'll notice a gradual decrease in the negative emotional charge you carry related to this person. The anger that used to burn will start transforming into something more like pity, or, at minimum, indifference. Second, you'll experience an increase in your ability to forgive other people in other situations. It's like you're strengthening a spiritual muscle. Third, your inner peace will increase noticeably because you won't be wasting emotional energy feeding resentments anymore. Fourth, you'll discover an emotional freedom you might not have felt in years. When you stop being emotionally connected in a negative way to someone, you get back energy that was being wasted. And fifth, something very subtle but powerful will happen. You'll start seeing this person through a different lens, not necessarily as a friend, but as a flawed human being, just like you. Sometimes you might even begin to understand the pain that led that person to hurt you in the first place. Now let me tell you exactly how to apply this practice so it actually works. First, choose the specific person. It could be someone who betrayed you, humiliated you, caused you deep pain. If you have more than one enemy, start with one. Second, set the exact time you'll pray every day. Could be 6 in the morning, could be 10 at night. What's important is keeping the same time to build the habit. Third, choose a specific place in your home where you'll do this prayer. Could be in your bedroom, could be in the living room. The place needs to stay the same. Fourth, prepare your mind before you start. Take 3 deep breaths and ask God to help you in this moment. Fifth, begin praying for the person using their name. If you can't say their name at first, that's okay. Say the person who hurt me, or that person. Sixth, pray specifically for this person's good. Ask God to bless their life, to give them peace, to solve their problems. Seventh, if anger or pain comes up strong during prayer, don't stop. Keep praying even with tears, even with your heart clenched. It's exactly in those moments that transformation is happening. Eighth, always end by thanking God for the opportunity to grow spiritually through this situation. Ninth, if you miss a day, don't give up. Start again the next day. What matters is consistency, not perfection. And 10th, write in a notebook how you feel before and after each prayer. You'll be amazed by the changes you'll observe in yourself over the 7 days. Now I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt the weight of carrying a grudge against someone? Have you noticed how it steals your peace and energy? What's the name of the person who came to mind when you started watching this video? Share in the comments below, even if it's just a first name or simply my ex, my sister, my boss. I read every comment, truly. And sometimes seeing that other people go through the same struggle gives us courage to begin this journey toward freedom. We're a community here, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to read today to find strength to forgive too. But before you start, I need you to understand some important things. First, this practice won't automatically change the behavior of the person you're praying for. The goal isn't to make them apologize or acknowledge they're wrong. The goal is to set you free. Second, in the first few days, you'll probably feel very strong internal resistance. It'll feel wrong, like you're being weak or making excuses for someone who hurt you. This is normal and will pass. Third, if the person you're praying for is still actively causing harm in your life, praying for them doesn't mean you should expose yourself to more abuse. Fourth, some painful memories might surface during prayers. If this happens very intensely, consider seeking help from a psychologist or pastoral counselor. This practice complements but doesn't replace professional support when needed. Fifth, if you're praying for someone who committed serious crimes against you, like physical or sexual abuse, understand that forgiving doesn't mean forgetting or pretending nothing happened. It means freeing your heart from the poison of hatred. Sixth, some people close to you might not understand this practice and even criticize it. Be prepared for that and remember you're doing this for your own peace, not to please anyone. And seventh, have realistic expectations. You probably won't wake up on the 8th day feeling love for this person, but you'll notice the pain doesn't have the same power over you anymore. You'll realize you can think about this person without your whole body contracting with rage, and that alone is already a huge victory. I know it might seem impossible. I know you might be thinking, this person doesn't deserve my prayers, but let me ask you something. Do you deserve to carry this weight for the rest of your life? Do you deserve for someone who hurt you to continue having power over your emotions, over your sleep, over your peace? Because that's what happens when you refuse to forgive. You stay connected to that person in a way they don't even imagine. Praying for your enemy for 7 days won't solve all your problems. It won't magically erase what happened, but it will do something much more important. It will give you back control over your own emotional life. It will show you that you're stronger than you imagine. It will connect you with a spiritual force that exists within you, but might be sleeping. If you're tired of carrying this pain, if you want to experience what it's like to live free from resentment, if you have the courage to try something that could completely change your perspective on forgiveness, then accept this challenge. 7 days, 1 week of your life to possibly free yourself from years of bitterness. What do you have to lose besides your chains? Walk in faith, live with wisdom, and join us for the next What If.